Yeah. So now fourth spot for fighting Pepegas. And as you're talking about, I mean, you look at these three heroes that they have initially, definitely all three core potential. Probably see more of the Kunkka Flex. Phoenix coming out now. This is another support who we actually haven't seen yet. At least, again, I've been covering Group B from yesterday to now today, but I know in a couple of other regions I've seen Phoenix popping up here and there as a support option. But why the Phoenix, you think?
It seems to be kind of doubling down on their team fight. I mean, if you look at you've got Chrono, you've got Boat, you've got Supernova. That's a lot of AoE difficulty that you're running into when you have just an Omni-Knight and Ember Spirit. It kind of gives them extra layer of damage too, because you've got the physical covered with the Legion and the Void, and then now you have this big magic damage as well. So even with the Guardian Angel, if you get it off on heroes in the Chronosphere, you still have to deal with the Supernova on top of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very potent combination. Phoenix faces Void, I suppose, and it's going to be difficult to deal with, even with all these saviors on a Quincy Crew side. So the ban of Treant Protector from Quincy Crew. I've seen that pop in a couple of times as far as a ban goes. I still have not seen Treant Protector picked. And again, either yesterday or I covered a different tournament last week and nothing there. So it's I hear the rumors of Treant Protector potentially being pretty good, but haven't got to witness it firsthand yet. But we're not going to see it here as it is banned.
Yes. Certainly an old classic with the Phoenix as well. Overgrowth Supernova, even more team fight, but
true.
Won't get to see it this game. And to be honest, probably for the best. I think that going for a fourth melee hero with a Treant and Phoenix support sounds a little bit rough to pull off. Ease of execution getting kind of out of control.
Yeah, that's true, actually. 30 seconds on this final ban right here. What are they thinking? Because, again, Ember Spirit, especially with now Sumail being position 1, it could either be a position 1 or position 2 Ember. So you're not really sure where the Ember is going to end up in this game.
Yeah, and it's kind of a difficult thing for Quincy to figure out, because if they run the Ember in the safe lane, then it's up against the Legion, which is not a great matchup. If they run it in the mid lane, then it's up against the Kunkka or potentially even the Legion, also not a great matchup. So Ember Spirit is definitely going to struggle a bit in the laning stage.
Maybe on Slark on the side of fighting Pepegas, a slippery core that could get away and be elusive in these fights. Is Wraith King? Oh, Wraith King was banned just prior to that, so never mind. They pick Witch Doctor. Okay. So it is going to be the Kunkka mid, likely. You're right.
That's what it appears to be, at the very least. And that means that we have, like you said, probably the hard carry. I mean, it's tough. The hard carry pool right now is extremely small. You've got like Gyrocopter, Void, Slark, Wraith King. That's about it. Yeah, Juggernaut sometimes, but almost never without the Magnus.
No.
CK is also something that we see quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And not great against the Legion Commander, though. So this last pick...
They need an egg killer for sure.
Yeah, it could be more of like the mid. We could see something like...
Well, like PL? Nah, against Legion Commander, though. Yeah, it's tough.
They don't have much time to figure it out either.
Well, they're going to have to choose quickly here. 10 more seconds remaining.
Sven. Wow. That's a bold pick. I mean, it's good with the Omni-Knight for sure. But that is a very difficult Sven game if I've ever seen one.
Mm-hmm.
As far as getting kited, running in, trying to do damage against all this big AoE control.
Like you said, he's got the backup of his brother and playing the Omni-Knight here. That's like the only reason. If they don't have an Omni-Knight, I cannot see them going Sven. But even with Omni, again, he doesn't have a repel anymore. It's obviously where it does a basic dispel initially, but then after that, of course, you can be stunned up, albeit with the status resistance increase, it will be less time. So, yeah, it's a bold pick, like you said, but that's what they're going with the Sven.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what build Sumail goes, because, you know, he's got the status resistance, like you said. So do you like triple down on that with S and Y into Satanic and just skip the BKB altogether?
Yeah,
since you're against the Chronosphere? That seems pretty good. Whether he goes for harder farming as well to contest the Void in the late game. I could see Quincy Crew running over fighting Pepegas in the early game, though. If they do play a more aggressive Sven, you've got a very greedy position 4 in the Phoenix, and then, of course, Legion, Void, and Kunkka all kind of want to farm.
Important match, as mentioned. Both of these teams coming into this with a 4-0 record here in Group B, kicking off their Day 2 matches now against one another. Not only is this important for the record's sake and trying to advance on here, ultimately for the major, of course, but let's be honest, these two teams, no doubt, really excited to play each other, I'm sure, and to make a statement against one another when it comes to the competition here. So obviously a big match in front of us, and I know it's funny how the schedule worked out this way, but in Group A, also another pretty big matchup happening in Evil Geniuses versus J-Storm happening at the same time. So that's it's fun how it lined up that way, but definitely got the dual monitors going. I'm sure plenty of people watching, paying attention to both matches here.
Yeah, who's going to be the king of the North, right? King of North America coming out of this one potentially.
Yeah. All right, we're loaded in. I lagged a little bit there initially, but I think we're good. As they paused anyway, so thank you guys. You can go now. Thanks for pausing. Reason. You know, there's a little bit of a troll behind that.
Of course, these guys essentially just play against each other all day, every day, and have been doing so for the last several years.
Very familiar with one another. That is for sure. Okay, looks like they give the go-ahead, though, and we are going to be good to go. So, yeah, relying on the Faceless Void, Eternal Envy. Also, you know, intrigued to see how Sven builds, but Faceless Void can definitely go several directions, and you see Eternal Envy's giving us some insight, at least what he's thinking right now. He's thinking of going the Hand of Midas early on in this game to build for the scaling purposes.
Yep, that's the pretty classic build on Void these days. Midas, you know, a couple Wraithbands Midas into the Mjolnir, followed up with Satanic, BKB, Butterfly, that kind of stuff. Bryle. Dropping a Tango.
Again, not only these players all familiar with each other, but especially in that mid matchup, you got these players that are very familiar, even more so. Bryle versus Quinn have played each other once or twice
30 seconds
before. The Moon Meander is already into the Radiant Jungle down here, but he is by himself currently. So once they show, I'm sure he'll be bodied out, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets these bounty runes. We could have a little bit of contesting going on, or it could just simply be 2 for 2.
This like first level or so is the dangerous part for Moon Meander, because there is a stun and a disruption potentially, and the Crystal Maiden to deal with, and he's going to wisely back out here.
Well, they gave up on it a little too early. Phoenix was already looking to block the creep wave, so yeah, they end up giving up the extra bounty rune, and Quincy Crew makes it a 3 for 1 in their favor to start. So already the better start, and also going to start off in a tri lane down here. You got both Shadow Demon and Crystal Maiden. We see this a fair amount nowadays, so, and usually the TP comes out quickly.
Yeah, great ward, though, spotting Moon Meander. They know he's going to try and cut here, so MSS is going to head over and just try and mess with him. Probably won't even skill anything, because he wants to be able to cancel a TP potentially, but also could harass. Oh.
He's just going to TP top. He's not even going to bother. I guess he pulled it a little too far ahead of him, like you said, and just not going to deal with it. So look at Legion Commander, though. He pulls it all the way to the mid lane. He's going to TP to bottom. And this should now meet up with the next spawner. I believe that's the idea of that pull right there.
Yeah, it also pulls SVG kind of far away from the lane, so they're going to get a decent amount of harass on Sumail and pretty handily win this first wave.
Shadow Demon, as mentioned, TP to the top lane, though, and he does have the poisons. 4 mangoes in hand, even has a clarity as well in the backpack, so Shadow Demon's certainly going to be spamming those poisons. Looking for some kill opportunity, if anything, going to force out plenty of regen from the opposition up there. But that's what to expect from there. But we do have the Ember Spirit versus Kunkka in the mid lane. And right now, Kunkka 8-1 versus Ember Spirit's 5-2. So at least currently, Bryle having the better. Is going to miss that Torrent, though. Being able to sidestep it slightly.
Yeah, it's definitely, I would say it's a little bit Kunkka favored. but obviously these two going to try and outskill each other, so it could get pretty explosive here with a couple more levels on board.
So Yawar, this is a matchup that seems like Omni Knight certainly feel fairly comfortable in, especially with the backup of Shadow Demon. Again, the poisons continue to come out. Off to the side, though, Witch Doctor doing the pull, and Faceless Void's going to assist a little bit over there as well. So these mind games coming out as far as the lane phase goes. But Faceless Void almost level 3, in fact. Needs one more creep kill to get there, so has the slight level advantage due to Witch Doctor being off doing the pulls. In the meantime,
the Shadow Demon against Void matchup is kind of interesting because it's sort of like a game of chicken. MSS is spamming the poison. Envy obviously doesn't want to time walk until the poison is popped. So he just eats a little bit of damage here and there. Bottom lane, though.
All right, diving. SVG getting very low. Not enough for the kill, though. Moon Meander running back. Stormhammer is still on cooldown for 10 more seconds. Moon Meander knows that's a longer cooldown, so feels confident going back in. But yeah, certainly needs to be careful sticking in too long. And he will run away.
Oh, and Snake King was able to find that bottom rune, so vision advantage for the Dire side for the next few minutes. And that will spot rotations to the mid lane as well.
He's dead. Maybe South. Oh, gets it off. It gets canceled immediately, but that was interesting decision, I'll call it, from Eternal Envy. He time walked in, and you are immediately throughout the purification.
The jukes, though.
That's what got him so low, but he is managing to juke through the trees. He's going to run right back into him, though, unfortunately. Now another purification. No, he can't get it off in time. He will TP to the tower. Do they have regen? He has a salve on Witch Doctor. He needs to make sure not to get it taken off, though. MSS, meanwhile, Cask is not going to bounce back to him. Does have that level 1 Maledict.
Yeah, Envy can't even come in to help, so Aui's going to go down.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, now he dies, but I got to say, it felt like that was really more of Eternal Envy putting him in that spot than anything. But either way, first blood for the Radiant.
A little too much 50-50 there, but Aui will come back with some more regen for his buddy.
He's not going to be bitter about it. Life moves on. Rotate mid lane. Looks like Phoenix coming in with a double damage rune. Not the craziest gank hero ever, but they may try.
Could be dangerous. Not level 6 yet on Ember.
Nice slight. Avoids the torrent. And another flame guard. He's good. So yeah, the gank attempt unsuccessful, forcing out the regen. He gets his bottle delivered, though, in the meantime. So Quinn will be fine. And Phoenix goes right back to the bottom lane instead. Speaking of that, Sven's certainly farming very well. He's 31-5 right now down there. I mean, you compare that to Faceless Void, who's 12-1 at the top lane. So very good farm for him. 5-minute bounty runes are coming out, by the way. And Faceless, speaking of, I'm going to have to time walk out as he got disrupted. Was a 2 for 2 in the bounty runes, though. But yeah, Samael, he's having a very good time here at the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can do with this Phoenix to contest the Sven. And Legion is definitely good against Ember Spirit, but in the lane, you can't do a whole lot to Sven either. So Sumail is going to be able to just continue to accelerate. Already rotating the supports. SVG kind of on a roaming mission right now.
Where's he going? I mean, he's providing the aura no matter what, so just doing
some deep wards.
Oh yeah, I got that one way over here. And one just, did he place both of those at the same time? I guess he did, yeah, one after the other. So really wants to make sure to have vision of that secret shop area. The Dire Jungle, I don't know if expecting maybe the Kunkka to go over there and start doing some stacks or something, but has that vision nonetheless. Take advantage of it. Kunkka does have a couple of bracers built on him. Just coming off a game where we saw the double bracer build. It was Sammy Boy, actually, for Team Plus, and he went the Radiance right after. So is that a possibility this game, you think, or is it going to be a different direction for Brile?
Radiance seems a little greedy considering their lineup. You know, you need somebody to create tempo, and it's probably going to have to be Brile. So we often see the double bracer phase every single game, and then sometimes it's the Halberd, sometimes it's the Spirit Vessel, sometimes it's the Radiance. I would expect something a little bit more up-tempo from him this game.
Sure. Yeah, Spirit Vessel's actually been pretty popular, too, now you mentioned that.
CCNC is doing a really good job against him in this lane. He's really stomping it.
He is, isn't he? 46 and 12 versus 37 and 4, and you see what he's doing right here too. He's abusing the Arcane Rune, that's for sure. And he is activated, so very good rune for an Ember Spirit to pick up, and he forces Kunkka to eventually just TP back to base, as he was just trying to at least clear the jungle a little bit. So yeah, certainly winning the mid matchup. Even got the gank attempt on him earlier, and we saw him survive it. As up here, Yawar is running down Aoi. Yawar does have that level 1 degen aura, so can run him down.
Plus phase boots is really nasty for supports to deal with.
Cask, get off. Yes, he's gonna be
Oh, he's
fine.
maledicted.
Yeah, now Yawar has to be careful with that maledict. He's gonna be the one running himself. MSS goes down. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy gets the kill on him, and so Yawar TP's out, but well played by Eternal Envy, making the 1 versus 1 kill happen on Shadow Demon, who is obviously by himself.
Just relying on a couple bashes there to secure the kill. MSS, a little bit upset at Gaben and RNG right now.
It happens. Pick a hero like Faceless Void. Do a little prayer before, and Eternal Envy, at least in that aspect, he's looking pretty good so far. As Haste Rune top. Quinn went bottom initially, realized it spawned top, and it's going to pick it up, bottle it up even. So now he's got a Haste Rune to work with. We'll see what kind of play comes of that. Faceless Void is level 6 now, so he has his chrono. Potential
Yeah,
play
not the
could be
easiest
made.
rotations for the Ember Spirit. You know, do you go bottom and get purged off by the Legion? You go top against a Time Walking Void?
Speedy rune of haste.
Looks like bottom is the call.
He's coming down. Phoenix, he's got Icarus Dive. He's not going to be able to use it, though. The Stormhammer connects, and he was not ready. Press the attack, also still ready. Moonmander finally uses it on himself. And he's still running Phase Boots. He's trying Quinn, though, with the Haste Rune, running him down. Slides up in 2. It's not even needed. Quinn ends up with a great rotation. So he said it was maybe a difficult decision. Well, he made it work.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's not even skilling the chains at all, just maxing out Sleight of Fist and Flame Guard. So doesn't even really need to worry about the Legion Commander's Purge at this point.
And he's right back in the mid lane, and not knowing for necessarily pushing towers, but he's going to do a little bit of tower damage here with some backup of Crystal Maiden. But there's 3 here all of a sudden. Bryle, he's going for the combo on SVG, lands the Shark, and easy follow-up kill to him. See Quinn, though, he's farming creeps nearby.
Yeah,
Sliding.
They don't have any way to lock him down at all.
Yeah, they used it all onto SVG. And just Remnant's back again, so he's definitely toying with them a bit. But at least they could Crystal.
Sumail's flying out. I Hyperstone first.
What? Wow. Okay.
I've heard some rumors of this actually, where he just goes Moonshard like first item on this hero.
Huh.
Hey, lets him fight. He's got enough stats. He's got movement speed. You just kind of need to put out that damage, I guess.
I mean, I go back to he has an Omni Knight backup, so that's kind of allowing him, I suppose. But man, that is unique. Interesting stuff there. All right, well, yeah, we'll see if he completes that into the Moon Shard, or is it going to be casual Hyperstone for now? I suppose an AC is potential as well, but it seems like an odd first item.
Yeah, certainly. But hey, man, he's only been playing carry for a little bit, already innovating.
He's still learning.
I like it.
He's still learning.
Still figuring it out.
He's like, this is how you do it, right? You buy Hyperstone first. Yeah, this totally works. Now, obviously, he knows what he's doing here, and he queues up an SNY after. So,
okay.
Yeah, I guess it is just the casual Hyperstone for now that eventually will become something else, but thanks to the attack speed.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I definitely like the theory behind it at the very least, because this hero needs like one thing in the early game, and that's attack speed. And suppose not going Midas is probably better.
Top lane, Chrono's up on top of the Death Ward. That's a dead Yawar. He had no chance right there. No Guardian Angel even leveled anyways. Phoenix Egg, meanwhile, MSS, he's running out of range just barely. He might survive. Yes, he doesn't get hit, but the Icarus dive forward. Fire Spirits come out, and they secure the kill on MSS and SVG. Not much different for him. A double kill for Snake King. You saw a glimpse there of the wombo combo, certainly, that this Dire team will have throughout this game, of the Chrono and the Egg.
Yeah, very scary team fight, as we mentioned in the drafting phase, and it kind of feels like fighting Pepegas at any point in the game where they have their ultimates up can just kind of be like, all right, guys, we're going down this lane, we're all going to press R, and there's nothing the other team can do about it.
So they get 3. Bottom lane, Moomiander and Quinn were going at it. Moon, he was tempted to almost use his duel right there. It was a close call, but Quinn gets away before. Could even have the option to do so, but Quinn, he went back to base, got his regen, and he's already back, pushing out the lane. He's going drums first. Talk about some momentum. I just caught also the Invis rune being destroyed by MSS right in front of Kunkka. So, unable to pick that up, but they smoke, meanwhile, him and Quinn, and they're coming towards the mid lane.
They really want to get this mid tower down. Already putting pretty heavy pressure onto it.
Snake King, he's got the dive, but he's shackled up. Can he get it off in time? No. Once again, the lockdown is here. Oh, maybe not long enough, though. He does fly away, but the slight connects. And the Purge also to help finish the job. I hear the God Strength activated. Sumail, he's going to join them. They catch up to Bryle. There is a shrine.
He's alone.
He is alone. He's going to pop the shrine. No TPs yet. He pops a ship as well, so he is a hard kill. And here comes the Banish. Moomy enters in, though. Great overwhelming odds. A Death Ward is down as well. The Torrent going to be thrown out. They've already lost Crystal Maiden. And here comes Eternal Envy as well. MSS, he's hit by the time dilation. He's trying to run. Yawar goes down before he can do much else. Brow chases him. MSS goes down as well. Quinn, he's suddenly by himself. He's trying to clean up. Sumail, yeah, he's in trouble. He's also being locked down. He's going to die off to the side, it looks like. He goes down to Moomiander. And Quinn is able to make it out of here for now, but I mean, we've said it so many times, and I understand you're in the game and you're not necessarily thinking of that in the moment, but man, fighting on a shrine, especially when it's ready to be used, never a good decision.
Yeah, and they just don't have enough damage right now. You know, Sumail used the God Strength to kill the tower, so he didn't have it for the fight afterwards. Of course, fighting on the shrine means you need like 3 times the damage that you expect to take a fight.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is under attack.
They are approaching a point where they need to be very careful about how they take these fights, because they don't have the team fight advantage, and they're not stomping this laning stage as hard as they could have because of fights like that.
I didn't really catch a lot of Sumail right there, but it also looked like he was trying to finish off the tower initially, and he was kind of almost in his own separate fight for a lot of the fight that actually broke out right there. So, but yeah, it's a couple of decisions being made there from Quincy Crew, a little too much going in, and clearly backfires. Now, overall net worth lead is still in their favor as switch over to net worth on the CS that whole time, but you do see Sumail's on top of the chart, nearly 7,000. You got Quinn behind him, and then the 3 cores on the Dire team all feeling pretty good. Speaking of a duel, they cannot do enough damage. He manages. Oh, he got pulled. Okay, he is dead. So the X pulls him back, and they do catch him. So no duel victory, but they do secure the kill. That's almost 400 gold going the way of Moomiander. And also, Owie, he finds SVG. That's a disruption. That's just going to delay this.
And they're just going to keep dancing.
He catch 2. And you can talk about this whole timing idea. Clearly, the fighting Pepegas, they're ready to fight, and they want to go once again.
Yeah, Bryle going for this early medallion, just making his Kunkka extra tanky. He's got 15 armor, almost 2,000 health right now. Double bracer on the Legion Commander. You've got a bracer on the Witch Doctor. You've got Urn, Wand on the Phoenix. This is a very tanky team right now.
Faces Void. He's feeling comfortable pushing out the bottom lane somewhat by himself. He has teammates in the area in the Radiant jungle. He's going to use the Midas and then time walk away, though, so they've infested the Radiant jungle for now. Omni Knight, he does have his Guardian Angel now. You see Omni Knights do that where they wait to level it up for a while, but he has it now for if a team fight does break out. Could come into play. It's Quinn. Moomiander, he wanted that duel. He charged in with his new Blade Mail, but Quinn, again, a little too quick this time around. But yeah, LC going the Blade Mail first, so he doesn't even want the blink yet. Just going straight for the Blade Mail. You like it?
Yeah, I think it's become a little bit more standard just because you should be able to close the gap on the supports with phase boots and overwhelming odds anyway.
Mid lane, time dilation. Chronosphere is going to be used to catch COR as well. Caught him even. The Torrent on top, the Supernova as well. That magic damage, the Guardian Angel's not going to be enough to save it. The duel comes out on top of all this. They catch MSS with that. Yeah, Sumail's here, but is going to be able to do enough cleave damage. He's in trouble. Sumail just melts away without the Omni Knight backup. He is actually pretty vulnerable, and Quinn is still trying to get out of here now. So 4 are dead. Will it be a 5th? Quinn, he's got another Remnant.
There's the X.
He gets X back in. Obviously difficult. He Remnants away, but right into Eternal Envy. He was waiting the whole time. He's got a time walk. Can't stay in range, though. Quinn will survive and be the sole survivor. But, again, this wombo combo, it just starts to – it comes together. It is so hard to fight against. And you have a Sven. He's got the S&Y finish, but he hasn't been really backed up by Omni Knight yet. Omni Knight seems to die earlier in these fights, and that leaves him very vulnerable, of course. But we're not apparently done even. Quinn is actually going back in. Moon Meander, he's got the Blade Mail, and he's returning plenty of damage because of that. Icarus died from snaking, and they're going to keep running. Quinn wants to chase, so is this worth it? He might be in trouble because of this. The Ray is not going to be enough damage. Quinn does make it out. Eternal Levy going to be purged, and this fight somehow still lasting, but nobody dying in the long run. Great escape, actually, from fighting Pepegas. Good supporting cast.
Yeah, really just everybody playing their heroes to the edge right now. And they're going to smoke up again because that fight lasted so long that they have Duel up again. Supernova is coming back up. Death Ward is coming back up. And this team fight is going to continue to roll over Quincy if they can't find some space to get Sumail a little bit more farm.
Uh-oh, Duel. They caught him. They caught Quinn. Do they have the follow-up damage? You got the Flame Guard up. They do. A winner for Moon Meander. Are they going for more? Yawar wants to fight with his brother Sumail, going on Aoi. Aoi is going to get caught, so 1-for-1 right now. Bryle ships up in 10 seconds, so it's still a little bit. And you see that Degen Aura doing a work. Supernova, can they kill it in time? Good. They should be able to. Phoenix had no chance there. Kunkka has his ship back up. He's going to activate the Blade Mail. Sumail cannot attack that. God's Strength, he has to run. Wait for that to wear off. Yawar, meanwhile, being beat down by LC. Here comes Eternal Levy. Chrono in 7 seconds, by the way. Eternal Levy has to stay alive at least for that long. He gets done, though. He gets press the attack out. Great job. Chrono's back up in 1. He's going to use it right here. He's going for the kill on Sven. The damage, the bash procs. He needs a couple more. It's not going to be enough. The Warcry mitigating too much damage. And now Sumail, can he get a Stormhammer? No. Eternal Levy with the time walk away. Pull back on Sumail with the X. God Strength worn off as mentioned, so he's not as strong with the Blade Mail. He again has to be careful. He's trying to run now with the drums activation, but Quinn is back into the fight. Perfect timing. The Flame Guard's up, and it's cleanup time for Quincy Crew. Aoi 2000. He's trying to get out now, but the Banish locking him in place. Look at Sumail. He knows he's so low on life, but he's tempting them right now. And a double kill for Quinn. The fight was real. What a fight by both sides, frankly. But Quinn coming back in at the right moment.
Yeah, that was a little bit of overly aggressive timing, I think, from the fighting Pepegas because they didn't have the chrono until the end part of the fight, so obviously wasting the Supernova. And that's the one thing about their lineup is if their ultimates are down, they're at about half strength or worse. And Quincy Crew finding a little bit of life here. Sumail surviving barely on a sliver of health that whole time.
Yeah. He knows how to just barely live, and he did that fight for sure. And we mentioned the S&Y he has now. I mean, he is building the Assault Cuirass, so he's going to go into that with the Hyperstone as a follow-up. Obviously, we talk about the S&Y, especially with the Guardian, or the Heavenly Grace, excuse me, from Omni Knight. He is not going to be able to be locked down for too long outside of a Chronosphere, of course, from Eternal Envy. But we even saw even when he gets caught in the Chrono, they need more damage or surrounding this Faceless Void. He certainly can't do enough by himself, at least right now.
Yeah, he does not have a damage item yet. Has enough gold, will buy the Maelstrom now, but you can see that they really need a bit more farm on Eternal Envy. And Sumail continues to accelerate, as you would expect from a Sven. He's going to be a pretty difficult kill in these Chronospheres, and that could be one of the main reasons they picked him up, just because he is such a huge target to soak up so much damage. Try and survive through the big ultimates, and then obviously they can turn the fight if the fights last long enough.
Mm-hmm. Now the Heaven's Halberd, I was struggling with that one there. Heaven's Halberd is a very good pickup from Kunkka, of course, against the Sven. Can disarm him for those 3 seconds, so certainly going to be a valuable tool to take advantage of. But how about Quinn, too? It's just, you talk about living life on the edge. He certainly knows the limits of this hero, as he's constantly showing this game, and in and out, and came to clean up. But I also keep glancing back at that net worth chart, and Sumail has consistently been on top. Oh, by the way, Sumail's in trouble. Chronosphere in the back lines. He's caught the Blade Mail auto attacks on the duel. It's not a victory, but it's a kill. That's what matters. Omni Knight's also in trouble. The Sunray on top of the ship. He melts away, and just like that, 4 heroes dead. So quickly go to the top lane, and I'm here praising Quinn. Well, he's bottom lane by himself. His whole team's dying.
Yeah, when that team fight comes together, there's just absolutely no way that Quincy Crew can fight this, but It will be a couple towers, however, they won't be able to get much more since all the ultimates are down and the death timers are relatively low.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Maybe he's going to port bottom. He's going to say hello to Quinn. Nice deny
Bottom tower.
as well in front of him. Eternal Levy's low.
Be careful.
He's dead.
Oh my god.
Flip that coin, baby.
Flip the coin. Comes up tails
Radiant's
there,
middle tower is under
and the
attack.
tip comes out.
Well, he denied the tower.
That's-
So there's that. But yeah, that's that's not worth it. No, I'm not trying to defend that. It was a little silly, but he attempted. I don't know, if he thought somebody else was also TPing in or something. But because Owie did say sorry, so I'm kind of wondering if he's like, yeah, so I expected somebody else. But either way,
I'm disappointed.
Are scanning.
so he's out for 10 more seconds. Chrono, it's got to be, it's about a minute left. So used it fairly recently at the top lane. You see, of course, the Radiant team, they know that. It's still about a minute. Let's go make a play with a smoke. Quincy crew unable to find anyone, though. They have a lot of drums, by the way. Both Yawar and Quinn going it. I guess it's only 2, but still, Yawar going the drums. He's building Yule's next, but they don't have the auras, outside of these drums here to help benefit with the team in these fights. Kunkka
He's in trouble.
is caught. He got the ship off, though. He's got a Heaven's Halberd, so he's going to disarm Sven.
Oh, the duel.
The duel on Quinn. The damage, is it enough? Once again, this time it is. The Guardian Angel was too late. He used it right after. He must have been stunned or something, but unable to get it off, so down goes Quinn. And Sumail's going too deep. Why are you going further? Yohar's also now in trouble. The Yule's not saving him. I guess that was an offensive Yule's either way. He's just dead, and 4 dead once again for the Radiant side. I mean, you look at where they're fighting, that's not where you want to be fighting.
No. They got a little too over-eager knowing that the Void's Chronosphere was down for another 50 seconds or so, but you really can't keep going on this Kunkka. He is way too tanky, and you just don't have enough damage. Halberd, tons of armor, he gets the rum off on himself. They don't have burst damage outside of the Sven anyway. So just like that, 8k lead for the Fighting Pepegas, and they're going to get more map control.
Something I didn't take into consideration with the Heaven's Halberd, but the status resistance obviously affects that too. So the disarm actually was very quick on Sven in that previous fight. So it's honestly not that big of a deal for Sven, especially if he has the Heavenly Grace up. But it still provides the evasion for himself, of course, on Kunkka that is nice to have. But
yeah, and this fighting build on Sven, he's been able to farm quite a bit now, but you see like a couple bad fights, and suddenly you look at his inventory and you're like, wait, that's all he has at 25 minutes? Doesn't feel too good. So definitely a momentum-based build. And man, this Pepegas team is actually looking extremely scary. Snake King is pretty close to a Shiva's Guard, so Egg going to be pretty immortal.
this hero's ridiculous with farm, man. 90 GPM talent.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, that's not a duel. He's just farming. Hear the press the attack. Always kind of think, oh, no, where's the duel? But nope, just farming off to the side. There's Moon Meander right there. Yeah, Snake King, you mentioned that Shiva is going to be big from him, and there you go. He's got the components, just delivering out the last piece to him. A couple of big items are coming, though. I was going to say Ember Spirit, he didn't have anything queued up until just now. He queues up a Radiance. He's sitting on 4,000 gold. Is that the answer?
Needs more damage really badly, and that is one way to do it. Also provides a little bit of AoE against the Chronosphere, but man, I don't really know if they have the tools at the moment, regardless of what items they buy.
That was a game of chicken right there. Neither side coming out on top, but close call. Oh, so Faceless Void, his big item purchase is the BKB. So his damage is still not crazy good. I mean, he's got some nice attack speed between the Animitis and the Maelstrom.
AC is complete. Also, I wonder if Quinn will change it up. He does. Yeah, he had the Sacred Relic recipe and then sold it. Not totally sure if he wants to buy it into the BKB.
Well, buyback as well right now too. But yeah, perhaps still just thinking about, as you said, SVG is killed. No Chrono or anything used right now. They just found him. So free kill there. Was that a duel? That was a duel. So they did get a duel victory. It's 90 plus damage for Moon Meander now. And apparently middle lane, they catch more Yawar. Yules. The ship does have an X now. He's going to get away. But instead, they'll go for the tier 2 tower. Roshan is up. Got to wonder if that's what they're thinking about here in the near future. Trying to contest for that. Yes.
Very strong, aggressive map control from the Dire side with these 4 wards around the Roche pit, just kind of cutting off Quincy Crew's ability to access the top half of the map.
Sumail's trying to get a Blink Dagger now, so he's finished the AC. Of course, Blink Dagger will give him that necessary jump. That's what he talked about with the pick of the Sven, a bold pick, because this hero's known for getting kited, and Yawar's not always going to be able to be there to make sure that you get on top. Speaking of Yawar, especially when he's dead, he's not going to be able to be there, and that's the case right now. 45 seconds, he's out, the dual victory. Oh, no, that wasn't. Wait, he got the victory, right? Or no, he didn't.
No, because of the status resistance. From
okay, yeah, that
was Grace.
That's right. Holy crap.
Yeah, duel lasted about 2 seconds.
Oh, well. Got the kill. That's what matters. But Sumail, he's still split pushing, just doing his thing, trying to find that Blink Dagger. But that lead that he had, a good 2,000 or so net worth for a lot of this early game, has completely gone away. Faceless Void even overtakes the top farm in the game right now. The Maelstrom and Hand of Midas will do that, I suppose.
And Snake King has another Halberd queued up also, so man, this is we kind of thought about it in the drafting phase. This is a pretty tough Sven game. I mean, even from the drafting, even as last pick, and it's proving to be just that now as we enter the mid and late game parts.
Roshan should be a free kill. The Radiant team. Don't even think that even if they are aware, they're not going to risk it. It's not the fastest Roshan. Faceless Void, really the only one doing damage right now. But they're not heading over, so I don't think, although they might find somebody else. LC.
Or are they being found? Sumail.
Yeah. Sumail's going to get dueled. Here comes a TP. It's not going to be a victory, but do they secure the kill? The ship hits the torrent, and he's dead. I saw his teammates nearby. I thought they might have tried to come save, but they just gave up.
He's too deep on the shrine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Envy BKBs in the mid lane.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, who needs that? That's going to be on cooldown now for 50 more seconds, but just about the time our Sven will be back up, unfortunately, I suppose. That's an illusion. Let's not go all out here. Okay, yeah, now they realize they are going to go for the tier 3, though, but again, he doesn't have a BKB, and he showed it, too, because he was farming creep, so.
They don't care. They have too much team fight. They will back out, though, for now. I want to address the split push.
Crystal Maiden. He's going to get caught for this, but nice job with the freeze. It doesn't matter. So it's 116 damage now for Moon Meander. He's benefiting from, and he's working towards an Assault Cuirass himself next. Almost kind of canceling out the effects. Whoa, Kunkka's also going for one. Wait a second. Oh, no. Okay, Legion Commander's going for Hyperstone. Never mind.
Yeah, she's going to take advantage of that damage. Says Sumail, steal your build.
Yeah.
Do it a little bit better than you. One of the biggest differences in this game, I gotta say, has been the off lanes. Yawar, only level 13 still. Moon Meander, level 21.
Jeez. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for Ember. They just... Yeah, they were like, you keep tempting fate. We're going to finally make that fate come clear and kill you. Faceless Void, he's got the Aegis. He is getting low. Buyback from Gwyn, but Sumail is going to lock in the midst of this. Egg does go down. Now Sumail pops God Strength, so he wants to fight. The Aegis going to be popping Eternal Envy. He's in trouble. He needs to be able to get a time walk off here. He'll pop a BKB to make sure to get out of here. 2 more seconds for another time walk. Quinn going forward. Can't shackle yet. He time walks over to the Ancients. Quinn's chasing, though. He's got shackles.
Yeah. Envy's in trouble here.
Another time walk. Going towards the Roche Pit. The Stormhammer. It will hit, though. It followed him all the way over here. Moon Meander nearby. The press the attack. There's another time walk. He is good for now, and Aoi says, you know what, just kill me. I'll take the death. There you go. So Aoi's going to be the sacrifice, ultimately to help Eternal Envy get out of there. Certainly a close call, though. Ooh, and you see, yeah, Eternal Envy, where he went next, the whole Moon Shard. So
he was feeling that power spike. I think they wanted to end the game right there, but kind of an awkward engagement since they used the Chrono so early to kill CC&C, who had buyback. Still, very tough game for Quincy Crew. They're going to need a couple more of those. Noir probably needs to find this Aghanim Scepter before he has any sort of impact.
Yeah, look at the win percentage. 93% right now for fighting Pepegas. It really does favor them heavily, and again, it goes to the idea that it's the all-in on Sven's strategy, it feels like, and it's not easy for him to just move freely in these fights. But Ember Spirit does have the Radiance finished. Looking to a BKB next. Did go the spell amplification as well at level 20. No true strike
needed.
They need
all the damage they can find. For sure. But 3 BKBs on the 3 cores of fighting Pepegas, so Quinn gonna have to hope for these long drawn-out fights to take advantage of that.
Phoenix, we mentioned the Heaven's Halberd, he's also going for almost finished. Looking to build an Axe after that. So, save somebody else.
All the items. He just wants all the items at this point.
He's Phoenix, he can do that.
Exactly.
It's a Witch Doctor with a veil.
And a hood. Super tanky here on Owie as well.
He actually is, yeah.
It's 120 GPM talent doing work.
Samil's farming up here while his base is being pushed, so decision time. Still going to farm the jungle, but fighting Pepegas is not going to force it too much. No retreat.
Looking a little lost is what they want to do. And they don't have any vision in their jungle right now. A lot of times you'll see a support put 1 ward in your own jungle when you're playing on the enemy side of the map, so you can kind of keep track of where the other carry is. But without that, they're just kind of searching for an opportunity. And right now, pretty tough to find one when 4 heroes are just sitting in the base.
Yeah, it's... So Samil, as long as he doesn't get caught, he is certainly getting a lot out of this. Continues to go through the jungle, but it's getting close. It's like he knows, man. No vision in the area. He just simply had those spider senses tingling.
Good game sense. Has a crit. He just picked up. So damage starting to come together here a little bit for the Quincy crew.
Oh, pipe finish on Owie.
So tanky.
Yeah, he's providing some nice benefit for the team. This is a big 5-man smoke, by the way, from the fighting Pepegas. Chrono's ready. Eternal Envy comes out. Fight's definitely brewing. Bra on the flank. There's counter smoke, but they're going to be exposed right away. It's a matter of who gets jumped now. We're completely spread out. Eternal Envy, he gets bursted down. The God Strength, and he's dead. 85.
No buyback.
He is out with no buyback. Moonmeter can't get the tool off either. He's looking for another target, but the Guardian Angel preventing that. So Yawar coming through big, and now the Dire team has to get out, as mentioned. Brile will TP in front of them and successfully do so. Witch Doctor says, all right, kill me again. I'll be the sacrificial lamb. Trying to kill SVG, actually, in the process. Says, no Maldic on him, but he gets the kill. So 1-for-1 trade right there. Really minor in the big picture, but still. But yeah, Eternal Envy just simply got caught. That fight was too spread out. That was to favor the Radiant team for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And good positioning by Quincy. They know that the only place bottom.
But Yawar's here. Yawar's here for the backup. The Yule's already, and Moonmeter can't do enough damage. The Sunray also not enough. And now
not a good idea.
Moonmeter's in trouble. Yeah, the support came in to save the day. And Moonmeter's dead. 500 gold going the way of Quinn. It feels like things are starting to turn a little bit.
Yeah, Omni Knight picked up the 35 EXP talent as well, and suddenly he's almost level 18. So jumping back up there in terms of his viability in this game, and it's going to allow Quincy crew to exert a bunch of map control and potentially deward everything that fighting Pepegas has been able to control so far.
Man, Shadow Demon actually gets a Blink Dagger. So MSS finding a little room now, a farm. Have that jump, and more than likely going to be more of the saving tool, as we mentioned from the beginning of the game, but good to have there. I'm seeing going through some item progress, and Brile's got the Nullifier queued up. So we're at that point of the game where Nullifier much more of the later game item, specific scenarios, and feels it's necessary here.
Yeah, and right now it's the fighting Pepegas who are stuck in their base. Don't want to be anywhere on the map without 5 at this point in the game.
So Faceless Void is building Butterfly. I go back to Ember Spirit, choosing not to get the True Strike talent. And how maybe a little regretful now, but I mean 10% Spell Lamp is obviously pretty nice for him too, so. We'll have to deal with some misses though as far as auto attacks go on him, but I guess you're more relying on Sven to be the one that would burst him down with that God Strength than anything.
Yeah, Envy, he just held his BKB too long. Got Stormhammered unexpectedly in that last fight. And this 17k gold lead doesn't really feel like a 17k gold lead at the moment.
No. I looked up at that after that last fight, after LC got caught and everything, and I figured, okay, it's going to go down a little bit, but no, yeah, it stayed around 17,000. In fact, you look at the net worth chart, it's actually leveled off around this range. So somehow fighting Pepegas is still managing. I think a lot of that is this Phoenix, especially. You know, this is a support hero that has 15,000 net worth.
Yeah, the GPM talents. Yeah, Phoenix actually ahead of the Legion Commander at this point also.
So that's certainly one of the bigger reasons for it, but it's, yeah, it feels, because of the strategy of Quincy Crew, all that really matters is, especially the Sven, how farmed he is, and of course Quinn being farmed is very beneficial as well. So that's where I think it says 18,000 net worth lead, but really this feels like it's actually a pretty even game. Fighting Pepegas is relying still on this whole Wombo combo, getting them clumped up, landing a solid Chronosphere, and winning off of that, because if they don't, then we've seen what can happen. And Aeon Disc on Omni Knight I think is pretty big too. Or you know what? He chose not to go it. Never mind. He's going the Ags.
Yeah, Aether Lens into the Ags. Aether Lens to make sure you can get the Heavenly Grace on somebody in the Chronosphere or get the heal off as well without getting caught himself. And, you know, he's definitely become relevant. 90 GPM talent starting to pay off as well. There is a GPM talent on the Crystal Maiden as well.
True. Yeah, 150. Got a level 15 talent that she just got recently, even.
Back so soon.
There's a gem on the Phoenix now, so they're like, how are we not able to force these fights right now? We're so far ahead. They must have vision somewhere.
25s are approaching. In fact, Quinn already is 25, the first one in the game. Got that Remnant charge restore time, but I look at Sven, who's next in line, and his talent's a pretty big one. That 40 strength, God strength, is massive for his damage output.
He's pretty close to that Daedalus as well, so he's reaching critical mass. Butterfly is almost complete on Envy, though, so we'll temper that damage a bit.
I almost want... Oh, this is interesting. Wait, yeah, Eternal Envy spotted that. He is actually going for the rune. And what is it?
Ooh, Arcane.
Arcane. He spotted Simel for a second, but they're going to go for Roshan with this. They were hoping for a DD, I'm sure, but still, they'll take it. Yeah, that was smart because 40 minutes, that's when the 2 spawned, so they knew at least one was going to be there.
Yep. I don't think that there's any way Quincy Crew can test this.
God, that attack speed. They're coming in, or that's an illusion. And there you go. Roshan goes down. He just picked up, so Quinn just sends it in. But, yeah, they knew what was happening, and they kind of just stood there, and you can't blame them. There was never really a good angle.
No, you don't want to fight a Devoid, Kunkka, and a Phoenix around the Roche pit. That is just asking to lose the game.
Faceless Void is going to have that Butterfly now. So, yeah, there's some big items coming on the Radiant, as we mentioned, but certainly that's big for the Dire team. And Kunkka's got the Nullifier finished. So that's a nice tool to have now. And Sven is running. He's feeling the pressure now. He's some kind of vision. It looks like, yeah, over here spots them coming. And Simel's going to blink and TP her likely. Or, well, they're just going to TP for now. Who did they catch? They caught Quinn. He's dead. He's out
Big
for
catch. Does have buyback, though.
He does. Well, these duels, I mean, if that's all it takes, and you kind of wonder, is he thinking about a Lincoln's potentially?
Yeah, a little surprised that he hasn't picked one up yet. Went for the BKB instead.
Yeah.
Which seems a little strange when you think about it against the Void and the Duel.
Yeah, it seems like the Lincolns is just enough of a reaction buffer to allow him to escape, but it's obvious it's still hard, and even with it.
Yeah, not great against the Chrono anyway, so kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So Faceless actually hits 25 first before the Sven, and he gets the backtrack. He also just picked up the double damage rune up there. So you know they're going. This is prime time. They're going to force a buyback.
Multiple moon shards in this game. Heavy on the hyperstones.
Yeah, early moon shards.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower
That's the attack just simply for the attack speed, if anything. Phoenix. Going forward with the Shivas. SVG already at half-life. Get the tower kill. SVG, that's a Chrono. He got Yawar. Gets one. Gonna go for Yawar now as well. That's a second kill. They both have buyback though, right? Yeah. Crystal Maiden used it. So Chrono's down, but that's still not a go for Quincy. Quinn doesn't want to buy back. That's whether that's a team decision or not. They clearly don't want to buy back. I mean, they might have to now because they're still in here, and a buyback from Omni-Knight now happens.
Yeah, he's gonna hold.
That's so close. It's that tight spot. You have 10 seconds left. Just like he doesn't want to. Would it be so good? Oh, the Supernova is going to get with the hammer, but now Sven could be in trouble. Nullfire comes out. He got the Guardian Angel, though, so he's fine.
Stun gets him.
The stun hit him. It's locking him in place. 2 more seconds. Quinn's up. So now Ember Spirit has resurrected. Eternal Envy. He's got an Aegis still. He's going to be banished up, trying to time out. No, he wants to fight this. Press the attack. He says, I got an Aegis. I might as well man mode. Who do they catch? They caught Sven once again with the mute of the Nullifier. Sven's going to go down. He does not have a buyback. Quinn, in the midst of this, got to be careful. Again, he still has his. But with the BKB wearing off, he's not feeling good about his chances. Fighting Pepegas. They're trying to finish the game right here, right now. Quinn, they want to kill Eternal Envy, but with the Aegis, how risky is this? Moon Meander. Disrupted up and is going to be killed. So that'll be the end of it as LC's down for 95. But fighting Pepegas
only able
damaged
to
up.
get 1 set of racks. So they also gave away the gem.
Illusion.
Pretty expensive hold though. The buyback on CC. No, CCNC did hold his, right? Yeah,
he held.
So.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I still think it's debatable. Because if he does buy back there, then maybe he could even fight at the top lane. But holding it off and the fact that they didn't even lose the mid tier 3, that's where it is certainly good news.
Yeah, Aegis burned is no, never mind.
Aegis still good. Yeah, he got really low. It's almost like they were actually purposely not killing him at that point. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the call. But look at Faceless, 45-minute pounding rune. They want this. Is this worth it? They're breaking out a fight. The numbers favoring the Radiant, though.
Chrono's coming off in 2 seconds, though.
All right, but apparently it is enough of a scare, and all the bounty runes controlled by FP because of that.
26k net worth lead now. Owie has a Solar Crest.
You see the fleet coming out right there from Kunkka. You mentioned Witch Doctor with the full Solar Crest now. Even more. God, these supports both Witch Doctor and Phoenix. It's ridiculous. Their inventory. Just a refresher on Phoenix. Why not?
Yeah, but Moon's getting pretty close to having a free Divine Rapier as well. And he pretty much just right-clicks. Oh, Aeon Disc I saw get picked up by the Omni-Knight.
So he does go for it in the end. So he's actually just got a point booster in his backpack. Yeah, I think it hit him, especially after that last fight. He needs that survivability.
Yeah, there's a refresher orb on snaking.
Yep. Just Phoenix things.
He is only 3,000 net worth behind the Sven. Absolutely ridiculous. Mjolnir finished up on Envy as if he needed more attack speed. Bloodthorn, though, is done on Sumail, so they have the ability to burst if they can find the initiation.
He got the 40 strength God strength as expected. Any other 25s? I don't think it. What LC? What did he get? He got the AOE press the attack. Okay. Does that over the dual damage? Being more of a team player.
He already has enough damage. Oh, Hex on Bryle's Kunkka as well. These items just keep flowing in, it feels like, for fighting Pepegas.
That's never a bad option, the Scythe. And SVG, you're just dead. Are you? Maybe not, actually. Wow. Okay, got pulled back in, so he said the dual victory. Yep, I'll take that. Plus damage. Eternal Envy going to TP back, though, as Samael was over here up in the jungle, so EE hoping to find him.
Yeah, he does show himself on the wave, so EE.
Yep, he's got him. Now is it going to be enough damage? Oh, cut more auto attacks the time walk. Trying to juke. Samael needs to. The blink, the TP. Is he actually out of here? He's alive. Oh, woo.
Barely. Butt clench.
Yeah, right. He did not have a buyback either. He was about 300 gold shy, so talk about that's a pretty game-saving moment right there. I mean, still a big lead for the Dire team, but that could have possibly finished it right there.
Yeah, we'll delay fighting Pepega's timing a bit because Envy has no mana and no Chronosphere for 100 seconds.
Kunkka's caught. Oh, Kunkka was just scouting out, I guess, and he got found I don't know if that was a smoke play or what. But he's dead for 90. Of course, he has a buyback. Mentioned Roshan, though. It's going to be a very long Roshan. That's unfortunate for Quincy crew. If this was a fast Roshan, they could have potentially gone for it, but not the case.
They will try and get more, though. Knowing that the Chronosphere is still on cooldown. They need to address their base, though, as there are creeps beating into the tier 4 tower. But not going to do it yet.
That's because the fight's breaking out here. Quinn, he's got that status resistance thanks to the Heavenly Grace, but they catch MSS, and that's a gem on the ground. Actually going to be picked up. The egg used as well by Phoenix. SVG. Nope, he's fine. Meander could go forward, though. He is going to. I mentioned Chrono's still down for 40 more seconds. Roshan, as we see, is still about a minute away from spawning.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Level 25 Phoenix now is here. Plus 3 Supernova hit count.
Yeah, just unbelievable AoE denial from Snake King now. He's got a Lotus Orb also queued up. Why not? Boots of Travel queued up for Bryle. Refresher for Legion Commander. They just want all the catch they can find.
This is just game 1, guys.
Yeah, we got a long way to go in this series.
2-game series here as all the group stage matches, but as we hoped for, this is definitely one of the more hyped ones of the NA region, and certainly living up to it here in game 1.
Radiant are scanned.
Double damage picked up by Ember. Talked about the Lincolns. He has it now. It's more of a denial double damage rune than anything. Pick it up rather than the Faceless Void getting it.
Sven finally going for BKB now. Determining he's going to have to help deal with all of this AoE magic damage. Survive through the Kunkka boat.
It's just, there's nothing wrong with relying on this massive status resistance. I've seen it work before, but again, that's, I don't know. You could argue the Satanic, right? Like, he could just go Satanic.
Yeah, you definitely could.
And work off of that, but looks the BKB option instead. Quinn, is this good or bad? He gets out before.
It is Radiant Vision, so this would be the best place to fight.
Which Doctor, he's going to live, press the attack, saves, and here comes the Hex, and the Chronosphere as well, the save initially for the disruption. Guardian Angel, I believe, used on top of that, but Samael, he's still trying to run. GA's not on him anymore. The Death Ward connecting. He has to fight. Faceless Void being locked in place. Quinn comes back in, and Eternal Enemy's getting low. Eternal Enemy all the time mark at the last second. He got it off. Sven ends up going down. He has buyback, though. He buys back immediately, but Eternal Enemy's down. He buys back right away. SPG goes down. He buys back, so nobody technically dead for the time being. LC, another press the attack in 1 more second. He's dead, though. Yoar ends up finishing him. There's another buyback, though, so nobody dead. as of right now. Owie, that's probably going to change because he will be caught up too. And he too is going to be killed, so crazy fight. Buyback situation though, Sven using his. That's the key, but so did Faceless Void.
Yeah, and CCNC actually fully carrying these fights right now. He does so much damage. He's actually the highest net worth hero in the game right now.
Obviously lacking buybacks. Roshan up. This is so big. It's a level 3 Roshan. It has a refresher shard on it, by the way. And yeah, the Radiant, of course they want to fight. They know Chrono's down. Faceless Void doesn't have a buyback. This is the big opening that Quincy crew is needing to come back in this game.
No God Strength for Sumail for 30 seconds, but it will be up before the egg, before the Chronosphere.
God, this is key. If Faceless Void is able to snatch this refresher shard, like that's something to look for in this fight coming up as well. 40 more seconds on it. Yeah, there's no way Quinn was going to do that. I mean, you look at the bottom lane. The Illusion's down here pushing it in, so they're going to have to deal with their base. Quincy Crew's still in that spot. So no Roshan yet.
No Roshan yet, and that gold lead was up to almost 30K, down to 16 now. So this could be a... I mean, this next Roche fight is going to change the game completely.
It'll
decide who's win. Yeah.
It'll definitely determine, unless it's just everyone dies on both sides. But certainly a determining fight coming up right here. Meander, he wants to go, but he couldn't catch Quinn. Little too quick. And oh wait, that's a Shadow Demon Axe, by the way. I was wondering how he's broken. So Shadow Demon has he's got a level 25, so more charges of disruption, but he's also got the axe for his purge now as well. That's pretty big too. That's actually, that hurts Faceless Void, doesn't it? Because his backtrack will not work.
Hurts Legion. Hurts the bash as well.
Yeah. Double damage down here. Faceless is getting it. And everything's up on both sides.
Quinn is just have CCNC force this. They're trying to force a fight here. Make the Pepegas commit to stopping this Roche.
God, he's at half-life though. It's like, how much damage do you take?
Yep.
He does have an arcane.
He's the only one that can go in there though, safely.
Arcane Rune is going to wear off in about 10 seconds.
Double damage on EE.
Oh, he's like, all right, yeah, we'll force it now.
Can he get purged up, though?
It is purged by the Yules. Ship coming in to protect. Quinn, he has to get out for now. There's that Ghost Fleet. They want this Roshan kill. We'll let the Diablo 2 spam clicking begin. Who's going to get it? The Aegis, it goes to Wave. Eternal Heavy, he picks it up. He got the Aegis. He also got the cheese. Looks like Quinn, he got nothing out of this, and he's just trying to live. The Chronosphere eventually went off. The Guardian Angel coming in. Sumail, he's fighting against Dark God Strength. He goes on to Bryle, but Bryle's a tough kill with that evasion. The Blade Mill as well, but he takes down LC. He's out for 2 minutes, and they get the Aegis of the cleave from Sven. Definitely real right there. Eternal Heavy, he's frozen up. He does not have... Oh, he popped the refresher! He got the refresher! Sven's now in trouble! And now he's going for the turn kill on Sven. Sven is dead for 2 minutes. That completely caught them off guard. Omni Knight's dead as well. He buys back, but SVG's also going to be caught, and that'll be the end of him. He's out for 100 seconds. Correct me if I'm wrong as Quinn comes back in, and now Quinn could be in trouble. Oh no, did he overstep? He's got Remnants, another slight. He's doing some good damage. Time dilation an issue. Instead, Faceless Void goes for the easier kill in MSS, though.
Gonna go down.
And Snake King did go down going for the chase. There's a buyback on Snake King, though, as Omni Knight's going to go down for a second time, and it's just Quinn versus everyone now. He runs in. He knows that this is pretty much it. There's a regen. He can somehow pick that up, but no, he'll Remnant away. And that'll be the end. Oh, but I was going to say, somebody passed that Refresher Shard to Faceless Void.
Yeah, I definitely did not see in his inventory before that, so I'm not totally sure who picked it up. That was a incredibly chaotic fight. You can't fault Quincy Crew for not picking that up either, but man, that refresher shard changed the outcome of this game in a big way.
Yeah, and whoever that was, it's just to be able to do that in the moment. They kill Quinn. Again, he's just doing everything he can here to not let this game be over. But it's just not going to happen. GG's officially called, and a nearly hour-long match goes the way of Fighting Pepegas over Quincy Cruz. So again, just game 1 in this 2-game series. Hell of a game, though. Fighting Pepegas certainly looking pretty good. Yeah, that last team fight, certainly gives us a great idea of this teamwork. They're playing very well together, and communication is certainly on point for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to go back and watch to see where that shard was, because I mean, maybe he picked it up and it was in the backpack, but
I glanced at it. I saw that he had cheese at least, but yeah, I didn't see the shard. Maybe he did though. Either way, whew, that was a hell of a game. Stats, obviously, you look at that, and you hate to put a game like this on the draft. I think just both teams, and especially Fighting Pepegas, played that very well. You do kind of question the Sven pick a little bit, though, as in the moment was a little unsure of it, and it seemed like Sven certainly had his issues in this game, as we kind of expected. So,
yeah, once Fighting Pepegas got through the laning stage without getting completely run over, the ease of execution was clearly on their side. It was way harder for Quincy Crew to play these fights, and that is going to be the deciding factor when it gets chaotic and gets to that late game scenario.
Mm-hmm. All right, going to reset now. Going to go on that short break, but we got game number 2 set to happen. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Stay tuned. The Fighting Pepegas versus Quincy Crew. Game 2 of the MDL Major Qualifiers for the North American region will be coming up next.